Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Friday, the 5th of April, 2019 at 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Well, the elephant in the room were two things. Obviously, the U.S. trade deal, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But more important was, of course, the jobs data, because we had such poor jobs data on the last report. Before we look at the charts, why don't we just go there? The monthly non-farm payroll head roll. This is the standout number, 196,000 jobs. Good number. The trade was looking for 175, 180. You can see unemployment rate stayed right where it was. They revised the February from 20,000 to 33. So you would think that they would go from 20 to 150, that'd be something. So there was an element there, the government shutdowns, bad weather, a lot of things of that nature. And they left the unemployment at 3.8 there too. When you go to the hours worked, 34.5, the labor participation rate still holding here pretty high in the 63 percentile range. Inflation readings out of this, they're not there. That's the important thing. The Federal Reserve today is going to update their consumer credit data for the 2 o'clock time frame today, and they expect the credit expansion in February to slightly widen to about 17.7 billion from 17.05 billion. British Prime Minister May has asked the EU Council now for a June 30th date. Some there are willing to give her more. Not everybody. France is playing hardball. However, she is saying that the June 30th date is not a problem. They don't even intend on participating in the EU elections, which are held May 22nd, because they expect to have a deal. Under EU law, if the UK is there, they have to vote. And then creates a nightmare if they're leaving, because what do you do with those seats, that representation, if they leave? So it's going to be still a problem. Data released today shows Germany's industrial output during February rose 0.7, so that's good news. We want to see Germany get stable here. Stats Canada reported that the Canadian economy dropped a net, and as you can see this, 7,200 jobs, but it kept their unemployment rate pretty stable at 5.8%. Canadian wages advanced on a year-on-year basis by 2.4%. Now, this is the point that I'm saying. I was listening to the president yesterday afternoon with Chinese Premier Liu and Robert Lighthizer in the room, and then I'm reading reports again this morning. You're probably a minimum of 4 weeks away from a deal with the Chinese if a deal happens. If it takes the 4 weeks of negotiation, it could be 2 more weeks to write up a deal. If they run everything through quickly and you get to the point where maybe in the next 2-3 weeks something gets done, I don't see where writing up the deal of 2 weeks gives ground. So you're a month and a half away before anything there. That weighed on the grain market today, and I'll show you that. And then another thing that's come out is a couple of sources quoted by Reuters is saying the U.S.-Chinese trade talks, they're having a drawn-out process for GMO crops, which are big for the U.S. China wants it drawn out. We want it quicker rather than not. There's nothing wrong with this GMO. And as you can see, that weighed on the grain markets today. Interestingly, bonds and notes, which at first saw their interest rates, real rates go higher off the good jobs data, coming back the other way right now. So as they go higher, real rates start dropping back. The stock market, which did get a pop, is still near the high of the day in the NASDAQ. You're off, though, 50 points in the Dow, and you're sitting here near the high of the day in the S&P. So I think overall the report's friendly the stock market. No inflation doesn't do much of a story right here for the metal markets. Seeing that China and the U.S. are not doing anything yet in copper, puts copper in abeyance for the time being. If you look at foreign currencies, just a mixed picture. And in the Bitcoin, the April Bitcoin, still staying over $5,000, looking good, and energy markets are still with a bid. You know, one of the things we do as a commodity firm is we write information on commodities all day long. I don't know if a lot of you are aware, but through our trading platform, we have a Java-based and a web-based. We have oral updates throughout the day. I'm sure a lot of you know David Hightower. He puts out several reports a day. The softs, the grains, the financial markets, the metal markets for us. But it's all these markets. Not only do we do them oral, we do written. And our writing is like nothing you can see. It's for commodity people. And you can get it by email. You can get it through the platforms. We'd like to give you a try to it. How do you do it? Go to our website. You can call our staff, but you'll see a carousel of free offers. Sign up, take advantage of it. Maybe you'll be surprised. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great weekend, and I'll see you all Monday.